there. Welcome to the EMAS faculty meeting. We decided that since Valentine's Day is fast approaching, that we would share with you each of our favorite romantic movies and a little bit about why we love them so much. So we're actually going to start off with our on-camera teacher, Tom Rivera, because he has to go teach a class right now. And why don't you share with us, Tom, what do you think?
Okay.
What's your favorite romantic movie?
First of all, I want to preface by saying I protest Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Okay? But anyway, it was a tough call, and it came down to two, which are basically the same movie, which is Princess Bride and True Romance. Both of them feature couples that go on these journeys and learn more about themselves. The reason I love it is as a character actor, there's plenty of fuel in there for character actor inspiration, from Billy Crystal to probably my favorite Brad Pitt performance in True Romance as the stoned roommate of Michael Rappaport. Everybody's doing their best work in both of those films. So those are my picks, and it is romantic. It all works out in the end. Spoiler alert.
Yay. How about you, Jordana? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna cry.
Okay, mine came down to two as well. One of them, which is the must-watch. Anytime it is on TV, I have to watch it. It doesn't matter where it's at. I pick up. It doesn't matter. The American President. So I love Annette Bening's work in that film. She's so raw and so lovely and so honest in such what seems like an absurd situation, but finds it completely comfortably. So that's one. The other one is a little lesser known, I think, but it's oh gosh. And because I just want to talk about it, the name of it has slipped my mind. It's French Kiss. Oh, Lord. Do you know what happens with my brain sometimes? Anyway, so with Meg Ryan and Kevin Kline, French Kiss. If you haven't seen it's so sweet. But there's this one scene when Meg Ryan has gone over to Europe to try and get back her fiancé because he has left her for another woman, and she is in Italy, and she is in a phone booth calling home to say, things are awful, it's really bad, but I'm gonna make it happen. And she has this moment where she's sobbing, but she goes, I will triumph! And it so encapsulates everything that I think, like women fighting for what they want, and in the end not knowing that really what she wanted wasn't what she had to begin with. So.
Awesome. Thank you. So this is Chris.
Hi.
For those of you that don't know him, he teaches our musical theater class. So Chris, what do you?
By far, I mean, it's one of the great love stories of all time. 1968 film, Franco Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet.
Beautiful.
I mean, when I saw it obviously later because I was 9 years old, I think, when it came out. But when I saw it, the chemistry between those two young actors, Olivia Hussey, just phenomenal. And I think the quintessential scene for me was, when she's in the tomb and she wakes up because she's been temporarily put out for two days. And Romeo comes and tries to revive her and realizes she's dead. He takes the poison. And then she wakes up and sees him dead. And she's looking for the vial of poison. That's, to me, was the moment. And she's desperate to have one drop of poison so that she can take it and join him in death. And the vial's empty. And she collapses on him in utter frustration. And she's pounding on him, and she's crying, and she's kissing him. And you really have to see it. And then she takes the dagger and kills herself and falls on him. So that's romance.
And the die. Okay, how about you,
Hello.
Sandy?
I'm Sandy. No one dies in my romantic two immediately came to mind. I'm a huge fan of screwball comedies and a huge fan of movies from the 30s and the 40s. So Philadelphia Story is maybe one of my favorite movies ever.
That was one of my first professional plays.
Love that movie. And then the other one was Room with a View. And in both of those movies, I think, the heroines of those movies, Katharine Hepburn and Helena Bonham Carter, are both fighting against sort of their societal, what people expect of them. Katharine Hepburn is she's divorced her husband. She's supposed to marry this other guy, George, and everybody expects her to marry this George, and she doesn't know what she wants to do. But she really has to break free and get off of her pedestal so that she can actually be a human being and actually marry the person that she really loves, which was Cary Grant. And Helena Bonham Carter is fighting against all the Edwardian, societal pressures that she marry the right person and do the right thing, when in fact she really, her heart goes out to this beautiful bohemian, and at the very end they're bathed in sunlight, sitting in the window, looking out on Florence and kissing each other. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie.
So how about you, Mr. Ken
Hi,
Weiner?
my name is Ken Weiler, and when Elizabeth emailed this assignment, your favorite romantic comedy, the first thing that came to mind was the scene that I realize I probably watch every couple of years I go to YouTube, and it's a scene between Loretta and Ronnie, or Cher and Nicolas Cage in John Patrick Shanley's Moonstruck, directed by Norman Jewison, right? And it's just, she's supposed to marry his brother, I believe, right? But he's in love with her, and he's just so passionate about it. But what it is it's actually the dialogue, and I'm just going to read these few lines because it just talks about that love is messy, and we have this idea, I think, that I know just because I love it so much.
He's such
I'm
a
not,
kiss ass.
I'm not.
Such a kiss ass.
No, it's not about me.
Well,
It's about,
usually he's my trouble child. So I don't
it's these lines because we have, I think, we have ideas that love is just kind of perfect and it should be clean and everything should work out, and even though it does work out in this movie, John Patrick Shanley just wrote such beautiful, so I'm just going to read just a few lines. Loretta, I love you, not like they told you love is, and I didn't know this either, but love don't make things nice, it ruins everything. It breaks your heart, it makes things a mess. We aren't here to make things perfect. Snowflakes are perfect, stars are perfect, not us, not us. We are here to ruin ourselves and die, and to break our hearts and to die. I mean, the storybooks are bullshit. Now I want you to come upstairs with me and get in my bed.
Diana, our Shakespeare teacher.
All right, well, how am I going to follow that up? Thanks a lot.
Romeo and Juliet's already
I know.
taken,
I was like,
so
you took Romeo. No. So when I was thinking about this, I thought I kept resisting what I really wanted to go to because I was trying to think of something highfalutin and like excellent acting, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to give them the junk food. Oops.
That's okay.
I'm going to give them the
That could be beeped out.
yeah. I'm going to give them the junk food version of my love story. It's kind of a cult classic now. It's Somewhere in Time. And I think because people that have worked with me know that I love big things. I love big love and giant and going out there and going way over the edge. And this really asks you to sort of suspend disbelief. And it's really a story about how love transcends space and time, and about how two people don't fall in love, but they recognize each other from time and space. And there's one moment, it's Christopher Reeve, it's Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour, who are actually surprisingly decent in these roles. I know my expectations aren't hugely high for them, but
Good chemistry.
they did have amazing chemistry. And there's one moment that just, it makes me feel like you just did when you were talking about your scene, which is he meets her in time and then he goes away, and so she thinks he's gone and he's forced himself to come back through time. She doesn't know he's there, and she's kind of walking in the distance. We're looking at him searching for her, and we see her in the distance see him, and she comes out with this cry of his name. She says Richard, and the connection is so raw and real, and oh my God.
Well, she's
So watch it, Somewhere in Time. It's good.
I'm going to let Diana, because I want to talk about mine, because it kind of...
I'm shaking, can you?
She's still emotional about all of this. So mine is a film, I think it's from like 1990 or 91, somewhere around there. And it parallels some of the things, but it's almost opposite. Because here you have, Christopher Reeve, he's beautiful, those are the beautiful people. And I love the movie Truly, Madly, Deeply. It's a British film. It actually came out about the same time as Ghost, and it's the same story. But it has Alan Rickman as the romantic lead. So he's not so beautiful, and yet you fall in love with him. And you have Juliet Stevenson, who The opening scene is her mourning his death. And before Viola Davis made the ugly, snotty cry something to brag about, she was there. And it was the contrast between her mourning in the ugliness and the grief versus like in Ghost with Demi Moore and The Single Beautiful Tear, that I thought, this is the real messy, like Ken was saying, the messy, dirty, painful aspect of love. And then it was so deep that he has to come back from the dead as a ghost. And so and it's funny, and he's romantic, and he starts to become handsome and sexy. And that's what love can do. It's transformational. So we hope that you, if you have somebody, if you don't have somebody, that you can still go out there and enjoy the work of these great actors and what they have to say about love and all its romantic, suicide-inducing, messy beauty. And happy Valentine's Day.